ultimately, when the dust settles, and as I say, the truth will emerge, because there's too much photographic evidence, the truth will emerge. When the dust settles, the question for the government is, what is their response to 250,000 peaceful people coming out and asking for clean and fair elections?
Saya dah beritahu pada polis bandaraya menjamin keselamatan mereka. Kalau mereka dahaga, kita boleh bagi air mineral pada mereka. Kalau mereka lapar, kita boleh beri makanan pada mereka. Tak apa, berhimpunlah. Tapi jangan membuat huru hara dalam negara kita. Jangan menjejaskan imej negara kita.
How can you expect the people to have faith in the Elections Commission when they are UMNO members? How can you expect the people to have faith in the Elections Commission when they are UMNO members? And then they say, oh, long time ago I forget already. You ask Hitler, can Hitler ever forget he's a Nazi? No such thing as forgetting you're an UMNO member. You're an UMNO member, you have not left UMNO, you are still part of the party, you subscribe to the party, you work for the party.
Bila mereka menang, 5 buah negeri dulu tak menyoal SPR. Bila mereka menang di Sibu by-election, mereka tak menyalah SPR. Tapi tiba-tiba sekarang ni SPR pula dikecam. Seolah-olah pilihan gaya di Malaysia ini kotor. Seolah-olah pilihan gaya di Malaysia ini tak adil. Saya kata kalau tak bersih, tak adil, tunjuk buktinya.
Consider how biased the SPR is. How they gerrymander the electoral boundaries to favour UMNO. Najib's fixed deposits in Sabah and Sarawak control 25% of the parliamentary seats, although their voters only made up 15% of the total votes. Next, consider the 4.4 million unregistered voters. Why can't we have automatic voter registration? The current rate of registration is way below the number of babies being born, so the backlog will never be cleared. The reason is, new voters don't like UMNO BN.
Kita tak mau dipilih atas penipuan. Kita adalah kerajaan yang dipilih atas kehendak rakyat. Majoriti rakyat pilih kita. Kerana mereka tahu kerajaan kita Barisan Nasional lebih baik daripada mereka. Sebab itu mereka memilih kita. Bukan kerana kita menipu, tapi kerana kita telah menunjukkan kebolehan untuk memimpin dan membawa negara kita.
Kedua, saya begitu bangga dengan semangat yang begitu tinggi pihak PDRM, kesabaran mereka, profesionalisme mereka. Dan dalam hal ini, apa yang berlaku semalam, kita akan perbaikinya dengan usaha untuk memperkasakan lagi PDRM. Dan sekali lagi, saya agak terharu dengan cara mereka menjalankan tanggungjawab dan tugas mereka. Tetapi sekarang kita nak go ahead.
And I would just like to show a clip of the proceedings by Al Jazeera. I don't want to say it's come from us or come from any of the participants. This is from Al Jazeera. This is an independent. What do you call it? International news agency. If you say CNN, you say BBC, you say, oh, these are Western agencies. This is not. This is Al Jazeera. Read my lips, Al Jazeera. Not CNN or BBC. Sometimes these people don't understand. And they will say, oh, CNN, oh, BBC. No, it's Al Jazeera.
They promised to stay behind police barricades, but an hour after the official start of their rally, a small group of BERSIH protesters breached the razor wire and rushed for Independence Square. Thousands more followed. The police response was uncompromising. Soon the tear gas, chemically laced water cannon and more close-quarter tactics had forced almost all of the protesters back from the square. What followed was a period of relative calm. But when a group of protesters returned more than 2 hours later, there seemed little discipline in the police response. Here you can see one policeman aim a kick at an arrested protester before the camera is pushed away. Up the street, this man has already been beaten, but he gets one last slap for his trouble.
You can see this protest is far from over. Police are still pretty aggressively dealing with a number of the protesters. This is 2.5 hours after the initial burst through the barricades.
Shortly afterwards, while trying to film another protester being held and kneed, we were attacked by police and our camera smashed to the ground. BERSIH's organisers argue that the protest was necessary, saying a recent parliamentary report pledging electoral reform doesn't go far enough and won't be implemented in time for an election widely believed to be set for June.
I'm not fighting for any political party, but I want all our views to be represented in an equal manner.
We want to see a clean election and not something that is going to be manipulated. That's the reason why we're here.
BERSIH says the protesters who breached the barricades deserve to be taken to task by police, but the police did more than take them to task. Neither side will be able to claim much credit from Saturday's events. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, maybe foreigners, that's why they will not attack. Local reporters were beaten up by police. Even though they identified themselves as pressmen, they were beaten up, their cameras smashed. And even that was mentioned in Al Jazeera just now.
I think there's a bit of explaining to do as to what occurred. And I think that the media coverage and the official media, if you like, has been completely biased and unfair from what I observed on the ground. And I think Professor Fernandez made the point. We watched the TV news last night. We saw more, there was some 30 seconds worth of coverage that there was going to be a demonstration, nothing of what one of the biggest demonstrations in Malaysia's history. We spent more time seeing Prime Minister Najib having a cup of tea and banana fritters in, where was it? In Sabah, rather than one of the biggest and most significant political expressions in Malaysia.
They want to cover up the entire case. They don't want to talk about BERSIH. They don't want to talk about 300,000 people who came in. They will only talk about, well, you remove the barricades. Now, removing the barricades is a major crime in this country. Cheating in the elections is not, murder is not, stealing billions of dollars is not a crime.
Selamatkanlah Malaysia, bersama bahagian sejarah, bukan lembaran baru, sama-sama